Group Ironman dropped October 6th, and I happened to find a full group. Coming up at the front is me. Second, we have Lore. Third is Cube. Fourth person is Bob. And the only one you can't see right here is Arcane because he's still on the node. And we're gonna bond this bad boy up and start on getting level 5 thieving. At level 5 thieving, no problem. Lore did request for me to make us some red berry pies. So yeah, we need to get us some flour and some pots and get on that. Red berry pies have a cooking level of 10, so we're gonna get some shrimpies and cook them up. Burn rate is pretty high, but it'll get the job done. Flour, egg, and milk for the cook's assistant quest because I want to use that dude's stove. 10% less burn chance? Hell yeah, give it. I end up burning quite a few of the pies, but I still ended up with 5 of them, 1 for each of us. As a skiller, I'm not sure if I could even do that quest. We gotta have all our bases covered, so pies for everybody, yay! It's not much to start out with, and the bank only has 80 slots, but you know what? We're gonna make this work. Lore has nominated themselves as both our team Runecrafter and our team player house builder construction person thing. So they're going to need a ton of planks. They're going to need even more rune essence. So the earlier I can get this unlocked, the better. Cube also decided to be a skiller as well. So I'm going to have a hand in getting those planks and essences. Lore has been grinding the shit out of some agility. Bob has been grinding the shit out of a ton of stuff. Not quite sure what he's doing, but I know he's been very busy. And Arcane's been doing a good bit of stuff too. Again, not quite sure, but everybody's been online a lot. It's looking really good. We're making some good progress. We haven't really dropped below 5K, which I'm more than happy with, considering how many people are playing Group Ironman. I am going to be focusing next on woodcutting and fire making so I can get my ass into Wintertodt. First thing I decided to do was steal some silk and then sell it back for a little bit of cash because I felt like it was necessary. Everybody needs a little cash stack. Come on now. And I managed to finally get that 50 fire making so that I can go into Wintertodt. One good thing of me being a skiller though is my HP is still at 10, so it's not going to hit hard at all. I can just eat cakes through the whole thing and be a fat kid, and you know what? Nobody can say anything to me about it. I decided to go to Hosidius because as a skiller and for my group, I told them I wanted to 99 cooking and probably fishing too in the process. So I need that Hosidius favor so that I can use the kitchen. Total level of 240, not too bad. Really, I want a tome of fire. I need pyromancer's clothes, but I would accept a dragon axe. It's not much, but it's honest work. I had one thing on my mind, and that's how we're gonna get our house. So I went ahead and started chopping a shit ton of oak logs because you don't need that many regular planks compared to oak planks. Pretty much we have the regular planks covered. Day 4 starting out pretty strong. I happened to realize that I was probably the person on my team with the least amount of quests done, so I went ahead, logged on, knocked out sheep shear, knocked out X marks the spot, and that adds a couple more quest points. Decided to fish for some raw trout and salmon up here in Catherby at this lake that looks like a ball sack because the bank is so much closer than fishing, say, at Barbarian Village and going to bank in Varrock. That's where I go next because I just catch them, cook them, and eat them because I don't need them. Lore is, I believe, grinding out a ton of agility. Arcane, I think, is crafting and mining. Skill is probably doing some Wintertodt or some Temporos. And Bob is going to be our potions guy. I mined some clay and some iron and tin, but look at the way this fucking mugger is just staring me the fuck down. Like, dude, Are you gonna fucking come at me, bro? Are you gonna do something, or are you just gonna stand there all day and look at my sweet ass? Like, I feel it burning. I know you're there. I want my team to be the best equipped that they can, and without me being able to PVM and I'm just being a skiller, I gotta provide for my homies. And I bet you're wondering why I have 240 something strange fruit in my bank when they're not in group storage. Unfortunately, I believe on day 2 or day 3, group storage was actually disabled by Jagex. The only person that could get into the storage at the time was the group leader, so at least somebody could pull things out. But it was still a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Thieving's pretty good, so I just thieved some seeds because nobody's really started farming yet. So if we want to come back here, we gotta home telly to Lumbee and run all the way over, and who the fuck wants to do that, right? I went up here to do some Wintertodt because I'm still trying to get my full pyro set. And I did want to grab a clip of this. You see how freaking busy and how packed and how laggy this is? If you use RuneLight, you should be using the Entity Hider plugin. All you want to do is toggle it on, hide others 2D, which would be their text. Bingo, bango, bongo. It's almost like you're doing a solo Todd. Remember a few minutes ago when I said, oh, let me thieve these seeds from these farmers because we're going to need some. My time has come. I'm here in Draenor. Skill/cube. We're going to need potions eventually, and Bob being our potions guy, we need to give him some herbs. How are we going to give him some herbs if we don't grow any herbs? So I'm going to trade cube all my herb seeds so we can get some herbs for Bob. That was a lot. I know. I'm sorry. Hi guys, if you're watching this, I'm having so much fun. But yeah, since you're seeing this trade, group storage is still busted. You remember how I said I have abnormally really good RNG? Watch this shit. It blew my mind. Out of these 5 crates, I got 2 pieces of warm clothing out of 1 crate and an extra pair of gloves out of the last one. Can you say holy shit, full set? So now let's slap these bad boys on. I have the full pyromancer's clothing set minus the Torch. I really want to get a Tome of Fire for my team. I do have a few burnt pages though to put towards the one that we do have that Skill got. Skill/Cube. He goes by something different in Discord, that's why I keep calling him Cube. Can we just forget this whole part of me trading my extra pair of gloves in for a fucking crate instead of burnt pages? Oh my god. I'm never doing that again. Worst trade deal ever. It took 46 Wintertodt kills to get the full set. I've got so many crates saved up. Exactly 100 KC. 34 crates to open, not too bad. These crates do vary from 500 points to, I believe, 7,500 points. We're getting a ton of good materials though. It doesn't matter if it's logs, herbs, seeds, fish. Almost anything that you can get from Todd is something that an Ironman's gonna fucking need. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I kind of hope that I don't get a pet on this one because I would like it on my main, but whatever happens. You can't predict the RNG, but you know what you can't predict? Oh my god, me getting a fucking dragon axe. Hell yeah. I got a dragon axe and I'm claiming it. It is mine. I think I have the highest wood cutting anyways, so it is mine. Sorry you guys. Oh my god. I'm so happy with that. That makes me happier than the other day when I got those 5 genies. It's all coming together. Even in just the first week, just the first few days. We're making good progress. We're making big gains. We didn't get no fire tome, and we didn't get no pet either. We did end up with an extra piece of garb though, which oddly enough, I'm not going to trade in for another crate. I'm going to take the pages. I'm not dumb. But I did get magic logs though, which is something really good from Todd for Ironman, because if you don't get them from Todd, then you have to chop them yourself. I have decided to go for 100% Host City's favor. Now, I did be lazy and use the plows instead of from just 5% to 15%. And now I'm going to mine not only enough saltpeter for myself to get to 45, but for Cube/Skill to get to 45 as well. And one cool thing about turning in these fertilizers is you can literally not even bring any of them with you. Talk to the clerk and she just yoinks them all out of your bank like magic. Don't know what kind of magic, would very much like to learn that spell, but for now we hit 45%. You can cook a variety of different things. It is set up buffet style. Cute. Honestly, the soups were just the easiest thing for me to make. Pulled out all my GP. That's a nice little cash stack, but time to make it disappear. We need some planks. Lore is going to have their full set of graceful, and they're going to start construction. And I kind of want to have that stuff lined up for them so they're not just, waiting. As I said, I very quickly ran out of money, so I grabbed some cakes that I thieved earlier and made my way to the Arty Knights. I did not get too far into procuring more cash because one of my teammates needed a bow. I was like, I got you, fam. And then I realized that I didn't have the crafting level to fletch bowstrings, so we had to get a third teammate to go get the bowstring to make it for me, and then I could make the bow. But not only did I give them a bow, I gave them a whole ass fucking care package, man. Treat my teammates right. Group storage is still down. I managed to pick up a bunch of crossbows from Land's End. I also gave him all of the herbs so he could start herb lore if he chose to. I'd be happy with that. Pretty sure he was happy with that. But in true cute teammate fashion though, he wouldn't just let me give it to him for free out of the kindness of my heart. He had to put in a GP too, so you know what? 1 GP for all that, but that's probably the best deal he's had in a long time. Total level 414, and I'm pretty tired. Been cooking on the side a little bit, logging into day 7 now, and holy freaking crap, it's a Christmas miracle. Group storage is fixed. I'm gonna do what anybody else would do, put all this stuff I've been saving in it. It has been a hot minute though since I was able to look into the group storage. Got a ton of gems, ton of ore, ton of fishies. Somebody made a ton of bowstrings, hell yeah. We've got a little bit of a cash stack, but we've also got food for fucking days. Probably our biggest bottleneck right now would be GP and cosmics. We need cosmic runes to get some of this jewelry enchanted to be able to get a few teleports. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, because even once the hype is done, I still plan on playing my Group Ironman. I want to make a ton of pies. I'm not going to expect everybody to bring back their empty dish, because what the hell? I mean, you can if you want to. The next order of business ought to be agility, because I was caught very unawares by not being able to use this log shortcut. I'm going to break these pie dishes in and bake Lore some apple pies, because when we were talking in Discord one day, they just happened to mention that they enjoy a good IRL apple pie. Burned quite a few though. Shh, don't tell Lore. One handy plugin is the custom left click drop. You can type in the name of any item in the game, like I did for raw trout. You space out each item with a comma to separate them, but yeah. Enter in the item and I flick it off and turn it right back on, and that pretty much resets it, and I can drop all the trout and keep all the salmon for cooking. And yeah, very, very helpful, and I use it a lot more than just for fishing. And if you're not in Group Ironman yet, maybe this got you interested in hunting around for some people to do it with. I'm going to kind of just let things roll now and throw up some screenshots of the 1 week progress of my teammates, because I know you guys are curious, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be too up their ass about it, if you know what I mean. So I figure like one weekly progress report type deal, that's pretty good, right? First order of business for week 2 was getting my smithing up a few levels. Not only are the levels super easy, but it's going to add to our high score, so, why not? After doing all that mining, though, I proceeded to do some more mining because Lore, our dedicated rune crafter, needs pure essence. We are bottlenecked by cosmics, so that's what we're going to work on. I took my ass to Temporis because you know what? I got the dragon axe at Wintertodt. I want the dragon harpoon for my team. But instead of getting a harpoon within my first 4 reward permits, I got the fucking tackle box. Now, I don't have one of those on my main. I will take any of the uniques that it decides to give me, plus the caskets. Caskets are definitely worth it, especially for Ironman. They have a chance to drop rune armor, for fuck's sake. Not only am I going to be able to level my cooking off of the fish I get from here, but I'm going to be able to throw at least 1,200 raw fish Lore's way. They actually want to get to 70 as well for the recipe for Disaster Quest. This next clip might not mean very much to anybody at all, but I hate farming on my main. I have never farmed a single thing out of a patch ever. This is my very first ever herb harvested on old school Runescape for my Group Ironman team, and I am so proud. It leveled me up, and that level was my total level 500. Very proud moment, had to document it. Farming's not as bad as I thought it was. I don't know why I hated it so much, but I think I've managed to give Laura about 2k essence so far, just mining out a few hundred at a time for as long as I can possibly stand it, because I have to do it in Varrock. That's just the best place for a skiller. Got a bunch of stuff from the caskets to put in there for random events. I do all the maze events. I've gotten some death runes from that and a couple other little items. I do not recommend opening the chests up though for that. Just run straight to the middle. I've never gotten anything good out of the chests. I do want to apologize though, because this is where the FPS really makes the clips look awful, to be honest, but it's kind of impossible to redo the clips, so I kind of, I'm just stuck with what I got. Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. Probably other than the herb seeds, the best thing I got from Temporis Caskets was the rune chain body that either one of my other teammates is going to wear or alch. If they have a plate body, they don't need a chain. And the loop half of the key. I mean, of course, we do need the other half. Look and see what is in the very first slot there. I got 3 rune kite shields out of one singular casket. That, my friends, is why Temporis is so good. It's good when it's good, and when it's great, it's even fucking better. My team loved me when I told them I got 3 of these. I wish I could have got 4, or another casket with just 1 in it so that everybody could have had 1. But that made such a huge difference. People are training combat now. I think some of them are doing a little slayer on the side just to get a couple points along. I know that getting up broad bolts is going to be a huge deal for them. Alas, instead of giving me a harpoon, I get the fish barrel. Made my way to Varrock to do the natural history quiz. It's going to give me 9 Slayer and 9 Hunter. I'm now level 22 off of just snaring some birds. The next step is probably going to be hunting butterflies up north, above Relica, if you go that far. I don't want to go that far, but I'm going to have to, simply because I can't hunt swamp lizards. I'm a skiller. I can't go to Canifis. I cooked up hundreds of fish that I got from Temporos. I had just been stocking up on them and holding them for, an occasion such as this. Finally reached my goal of 100 Temporos KC. Sadly, there's not much to note other than a few caskets in this loot, but I would like to take the time to tell you guys because I totally forgot when I mentioned the rune kite shields. I said I wish we had 4 of them. But why would I need 4? Because last time that you checked, me and Cube/Skill were skillers. Well, things have changed. Cube decided that he would not like to be a skiller anymore. Perfectly fine. Support the decision 100%. The team is behind him in this. Play how you want to play. I mean, if you don't, it's not going to be fun, right? I've been taking the time to pick on him now and again because, if he's not a skiller, he's gonna need a name change. I'm just saying, it's false advertising. Here we are at the end of week 2 of my Group Ironman progress with my team. It's going pretty good. Everybody's contributing, making huge gains. We are so proud of each other, cheering each other on with every little step that we take. I'm looking pretty good at a 2 mil bank value. There are a lot of clips where I did things and I just decided not to keep them to make the video shorter. The main one was I made a ton of pineapple pizzas. I finally made all the botanical pies and I made some pies to raise your fishing skill. Huge, huge, huge. Now Cube can do a bunch of herb lore. We need prayer pots. That's his main goal for herb at the moment. Food situation looking really good. Seed situation looking really good. And once we get these bows out, that is going to be a huge chunk of change. Probably for construction. My group stats for the end of the week. Here they are. Apologies if my voice sounds a little off. The seasons are a changing, my friends. First order of business this week. Get 100% Pisk favor because anglerfish, hello. Add that to the checklist. Completed. The next favor that I should probably go for is going to be Arceus because it's the easiest of the 3 that I have left and I can get runecrafting XP from the library. Our good buddy Bob is grinding agility so he can get his full graceful set. And then we're going to go for recolors too. Being the one in our group with the highest level thieving from very early on in the game, it's only fitting that I go tickle some master farmers. Trying to get Ranner seeds, I did manage to get 2. That will be big in helping us get some prayer pots. Because guess what? Lore wants to do barrows. But before Lore can do barrows, Lore wants to do some birdhouses because they've got Fossil Island unlocked. Cheapest way to get your angler's outfit, spend 10 swamp paste per game to hit that 50 contribution mark to receive a roll for a piece of the angler's outfit. Successfully completed the fishing contest quest. That will be really big in being able to get out there on the minnow platform at the fishing guild later. Here I got some Wintertodt crates. None of them are max crates. I think they might be 500 to 1k points maybe or something like that. Main goal here, magic logs. It is taking me too long to try to reach and chop them myself, but my woodcutting level is high enough to hit the drop table for them in Todd. So that's what we're here for. Anything else, just a bonus. We did manage to get 27 magic logs on this bunch of crates, but I need 16 logs times 4 people, assuming everybody's gonna do all the quests that take magic logs. So here we go again. No biggie though, because I received a ton of other materials, as you will see. Everything's going to have some kind of use, whether I use it, Lore uses it, Bob, Cube, Arcane. Nothing is going to go to waste out of all of this Todd loot, except maybe the burnt pages. If we had 2 tomes, we could slap all our extra pages in the second one. But for now, it just makes our bank value look pretty good, and you know what? I can't argue with that. We are simply making just the biggest gains. I am level 76 fishing and can now fish sharks. Not that it's very efficient, but I can do it. A little bit on what the teammates have been doing. Lore has unlocked fairy rings, and everybody has been grinding Slayer off and on pretty freaking hard. Bob has been focusing his combat stats, skilling not so much. Me, Cube, and Lore, however, have been farming our little booties off, grinding it down to the nub. Just a little peek into our shared storage. As you can see from the chat, I hit 150 temp KC and Lore hit 69 cooking. They are aiming for 70 to do that recipe for disaster. Now, I can't help them get Slayer levels or points, but they do need 55 fletching. I can chop some logs. So here is me putting the logs for them to fletch. All they need is the bowstrings and bam, 55 fletch. Banked. I am back at Temporos yet again. Long story short, me and Cube were doing temp. I had to go AFK to take my dog out, go get some food, whatever. He got a tome of water. Fuck yeah. So we have twin books now, a tome of fire and a tome of water. I just cooked my first 210 sharks. Yay. Now, putting them into shared for Lore. They have Barrow's gloves. They did recipe for disaster. The only thing they really need now are prayer pots, which we do have a few. A few, like maybe 10 or 12. When I look at my skill sheet, herb lore is still level 1. I have not done druidic ritual yet to unlock it, and it has been staring into my soul every single day. So we're gonna get it out of the way. Somebody in the group collected the quest mats for me because I can't kill things, skiller, and we completed it. Easy peasy. I can do herb lore. Some shit changed. Burnout is real. Unfortunately, out of our 5-man team, right now it's only me and Lore pretty much on daily. People are taking breaks. Morale is kind of low, but it's okay. I'm still grinding, as you will see right now. Did the Eagle's Peak quest, bringing me to 11 quest points, and I have unlocked the ability to use box traps, which is going to be great in the grand scheme of things, because we're going to need some red chinchampas, maybe some black chinchampas, but I do not want to go in the wildy, let's be honest here. I've seen what happens to the black chinbots. Not a good time. I wanted to switch things up, and we went to the Motherlode mine because I have the mining level for that. And I got 2 pieces of my prospector's outfit. Super cool. Really need to get a coal bag though. I should have thought about that. Cube logged on for a little bit and got his Piscatorus favor to 100%. Asked a few questions about it. I pointed him in the right way though. No problems there. Always glad to help a teammate out and super happy to see him online, even if it was just for a little bit. I realized my bank tab for shit that goes into the shared storage was looking kind of junky, kind of full. There was a ton of stuff in there like these runes that I wasn't going to use, these planks, arrows, stuff that I've been getting from the random event minigame things like running through the maze and whatnot. Also, a bunch of the jewelry was from Temporos. I just never got around to putting it in there. And the bows I made to High Elk for a little bit of cash stack because Laura and I agreed that they could grind out 77 RC for bloods and that would be all the money we would ever need, but that would cut into them PVMing. So if I could supply a decent cash stack through fletching and high elking the U-bows, which is something Laura's again got to do because I'm a skiller, we'll have more than enough money and they can get 77 rune crafting for bloods at their own pace. I decided to grab a max crate from Wintertodt just for the hell of it. I mean, it'd be cool if we could get a second Tome of Fire. Probably not, but the extremely wide variety of materials that Todd gives players in these crates, there's no reason not to do it. I mean, you've seen all the good shit that I get and all the good shit I just got an extra hood. That'll be some more pages. There is a lot going on here, but let me cut it short. Lore did a Taste of Hope and is working on Sense of the Father. Stats not high enough. I grinded out to tuna taters because 22 HP. Doing everything I can to help him get through this quest. Cooking massive amounts of food. farming heavily on corn. I have a bunch of tuna stockpiled, just making sure he has everything he needs to just keep going. Up until this point, every time Lore has attempted Sins of the Father, the final fight, which I have not done, I haven't even done a Taste of a Hope, it hasn't been good. RNG's been a real bitch, you know. But now, going forward, he will have anglers. Even though he doesn't have the 92 or 93 HP to receive the max overheal, he's still playing it pretty fucking smart if you ask me. He takes out one anglerfish at full health and eats it for that overheal, bringing him to like 90 something HP. And then using tuna taters, brews, like I said, I haven't done the quest, so I don't know exactly what you need, but he does, and it's just a matter of getting his skills up with sand crabs and RNG. At the vineyards doing some farming. My Group Ironman's farming level is now higher than my main's, and I want to talk to you guys about that a little bit. I've never really been into farming, let's be honest. I didn't like the aspect of having to travel around, but having to level it to be able to get lore ranners that I planted myself has driven me to pursue a farming lifestyle. And it is fairly relaxing, great source of XP, and definitely gonna do this on my main, especially since they're a normal account with teleports. 75 thieving from tickling some farmers. As you can see, it is towards the end of the day with all of the different skills that I've leveled here and there throughout the day. Did get some genies / dunce events, hence why I'm almost level 16 in my Slayer. But we need a bunch of Ranner seeds and Erete seeds and Avanto seeds. So Lore has suggested I go get my rogue outfit. And here we are, 16 tries later, did not take very long at all, and I got the full rogue outfit. You need 50 thieving and 50 agility to even be able to attempt the course, of course. But don't let that stop you. The levels are not hard to grind, and a rogue outfit gives a 100% chance for double loot, which means each Ranner seed will turn into 2 when I tickle a farmer. Yay! Please stick around to the end. I do have an announcement about this series in particular. Doing some farmer tickling in my full rogues outfit. Did 3,600 pickpockets almost. Really need Avanto seeds for Lore's herb lore leveling, but I can use anything under that, giving them priority for herb seeds. If you look down at the chat, Lore came in pretty clutch today. They got the black mask for their Slayer helm and half the KC. Super duper good RNG. Really happy with that. They've been working on their combat stats and their Slayer to try Sins of the Father again. Hoping for, I think they said 75 attack, 75 strength, 70 defense. Not entirely sure. Turning in the dig site quest so I can work on getting Fossil Island unlocked. Herbivore would be great. If you're a skiller like me, you have to side with the cultist because it is non-combat. I've never done the quest in that way before. I always, I like killing shit. I always killed the dude. But I figured I'd show you guys. In the meantime, in the chat, Lore is opening some of the imps I caught in Poro Poro to do a little bit of clue hunting. Because let's face it, clues are fun as hell, as long as you can do all the steps. But Lore has the stole and the mitre, I believe it's called. You can only get those from doing clues, and some clues you need those to wear them to do the step. I'm gonna move on to bigger and better skiller things. Being unable to fight the lizard men for Xeric's talisman, it has led me to go under the temple with anti-poison and food for my 10 HP ass and thieve one out of the stone chest here. I got it in 100 KC, but it is actually 1 in 300. Super happy about that. Didn't waste much time at all. Sad to say, my farming is also higher on my Group Ironman than it is on my main. So I made my way to the farming guild and did several low tier farming contracts, as I'm only, I believe, 46 or 47 farming at this point. Was not impressed with the seeds. Laura was happy to have snapegrass seeds, but I have at least 100 by now, and I'm not even sure I'll ever go through all of those. But it is worth it. It is more content I have never done before, and farming has been pretty enjoyable for me so far, which I didn't think it would. 6.5 mil bank on a skiller. Totally happy with that. Really big shout out to my teammate Laura for not only putting up with me, but they made me my very own skills necklace to teleport to the farming guild. They are the best. Having former experience as a skiller, Laura thankfully gave me a list of quests to do as a skiller to get the kudos. I did the observatory quest, and luckily I saw the Pisces, which gave me crafting experience so I could turn it in. There was a 1 in 3 chance it was going to give me some sort of combat XP, so I would not be able to turn it in, and I would have not gotten the kudos for this and would have had to do a combat quest, which I don't want to do. I have been cooking and farming my ass off. To make a tuna tater, you need a corn, and the only way you can get a corn is to plant it and harvest it. So as you can see, I have planted so much corn. We have so many tuna taters. I'm so happy though. A really good stockpile of food in case any of the other teammates come back, and if not, Laura pretty much has infinite food to do Sins of the Father with. At this point though, as you can see in the chat, they are farming brews. They are getting grubby keys and opening the chest to try to get some brews out of the deal. Because yet again, herb lore not high enough, can't make the brews, but they need them for Sins of the Father. Pretty good RNG here, not gonna lie. They did get brews, and at this point, I don't think they tried Sins of the Father again, and I will tell you why. Before we get into that though, I wanted to show you guys everybody's levels, and thank you so much for watching and continuing to show your support for the channel. But now it's time for a little bit of bad news. As you know, if you followed along, Arcane, Skill, Cube, and Bob haven't been playing, and it's just been me and Lore. Lore does classes because they have a big beefy brain, and the holiday season is coming up, so it's kind of stressful for them. You know, no pressure on them to play Group Ironman. We have both decided to take a break for now. We're just putting it on pause for now. But on that note, you guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.